3, welcome back. Yes, it is freezing in here. I'm Lucy Bustamante.
No, y'all, it feels like you're walking into a refrigerator.
Truly.
But it doesn't feel like that outside. Outside, it still feels like summertime. Huh, Zach Verdella?
That is correct. Now, it's okay outside. It's not like the middle of summer. It's going to be interesting in the studio because we haven't gone through a winter yet in the studio. We'll see what happens in a few months when it's cold outside and how cold it can really get in here. Speaking of cold, we're not seeing it, but look, the trend is supposed to be downward. All right, today is October 1st, so your average high now 85 degrees, your average low around 70. We've been a lot closer to our average lows than the highs. The dry air at night allows those temperatures to dip close to 70, but the dry air during the day, well, it means we've been in the 90s for the past several days. Today, no different. Another 92-degree day, not changing this pattern, at least today. The pattern will start to shift going forward. Would not be shocked, northern areas 93, maybe even a 94 on the border. Remember, the record is 95. We're going to stay well below that. We are about to change things around here in the form of this Gulf low, this Gulf feature, whatever you want to call it. That is what's going to influence our temperatures. It's also going to influence our rain chances the closer we get to the weekend. First things first, east winds kick in tomorrow. So we're going to start to pick up a breeze on Thursday. That will lower our highs below 90 degrees. That east wind for several days means get ready for an increase in our tides from the Bay St. Louis, Waveland area down south towards Venice, my eastern shoreline. You're going to start to run your tides about 1 to 2 feet above normal, especially as we get into the weekend, because that's where we'll have about 3 or 4 days of that persistent east breeze. Not only will we be dealing with coastal impacts from the wind and also the increase in tides, the rainfall. Heaviest rain is going to stay offshore, but some rain is going to impact our weekend plans. You see that low pressure as it forms off the south central Louisiana coastline. We're going to get the pinwheel effect of some of that moisture running into southeast Louisiana and south Mississippi. Heaviest rain right along the coast. We will lower those rain chances and the rain threat farther inland. This is the potential for the next 7 days, how much rain the Weather Prediction Center thinks is going to fall. They keep popping 5 inches along the coastline. I can agree with that because there's definitely going to be a lot of heavy rain right off the coast and maybe right at the immediate mouth of the river. The question is how much of this gets inland as we go in time. Saturday into Sunday, that's the most likely days that we're going to get some of the batches from the coastline and push it inland. But a lot of times you get all of these heavy storms off the coast and they have a hard time coming towards the city or towards the North Shore. But still, if you have weekend plans, which I know a lot of you do, all right, you've already reached out to me, we just have to watch and see how this is going to play out. You definitely have to be prepared for rain to impact those weekend activities. That is not tropical in nature. It would not shock me if the National Hurricane Center highlighted the northern Gulf just because it is a weak low that's going to be developing over water. We still are watching these 2 storms out in the Atlantic. Umberto is like gone. You see how it blew up and then now it's not even a storm anymore. It's just totally dissipating. Behind it is Imelda running right towards Bermuda and could impact Bermuda tomorrow as a Cat 2. There's our 7-day. And look, it's getting cooler if you want to call the lower 80s cooler, but it's not the good kind of cool. The only reason why we're getting cooler is because we're pushing in air from the Gulf, which is going to be humid and it's going to produce rain chances for our weekend.
But you keep saying don't cancel those weekend events.
No. Okay. Not at all. This is not that type of setup that it's going to pour all weekend long. Okay. But as we get closer tomorrow and then especially on Friday, we'll be able to see where exactly the rain is going to be heaviest for both days.
All right.
All right. Sounds good. Let's get a check on that drive-in.